Welcome to your full body sculpt series. My name is Courtney. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. For today's class, we're going to be utilizing a set of hand weights and a yoga mat. Always an option to choose body weight or to go up from this 3-pound weight. I'm choosing threes. You can use fives or even up to eights. Just make sure you're focusing on your form throughout class. I should be cueing modifications, so please take those when you can. That all being said, we are going to start just seated in the center of our mat. You can be on your knees or in this cross-legged position. We're going to start with a few deep grounding breaths. So if you want to bring your hands to your rib cage, we're going to take a nice deep inhale. Fill your lungs to the sides of your room. So expanding those ribs nice and wide. Exhale through your mouth. Bring those ribs in together. So bringing your hands to your ribs will help you feel that physical cue of those ribs expanding wide. Wrapping those ribs in together as you exhale. One more deep breath. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Pull those ribs together. Throughout class, I'm going to ask you to utilize that strong breath. Deep inhales through your nose, chest breath, exhaling, wrapping those ribs together, core staying nice and tight. Big deep inhale, reach those hands over your head. We're going to fold over to the side, stretching through that side body, dropping that one hand down to your mat. Reach long through the center, switch it out other direction. Keeping those shoulders stacked for now. Switch it out other way. Switch. We're going to go one more each direction, holding a little bit longer. Switch. This time, find that deepest stretch, then drop that top shoulder, rotating your chest down towards your mat. Deepening that stretch, reaching those top fingers a little bit longer. Roll it back through center, switch it out other side. Find that deep stretch. Drop that top shoulder, twist. Deepen that stretch. Coming back through center, reach both hands long overhead. We're going to forward fold coming into our tabletop position. I'm going to switch this way to the side. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back into your down dog stretch. Begin to pedal through your heels, alternating side to side, drawing those heels down, getting a stretch through your hamstrings and calves. Chest is actively pressing down towards your thighs. Gaze is long down towards your ankles. We're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Press both heels back down to your mat. Press that chest down and in. We're going to lift that right leg up to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Shoot it through, stepping in between your hands, dropping that back knee, deep runner's lunge. We're going to lift our chest, pressing our weight forward, arms reach long, and we're going to shoot our weight back, straightening to that front leg, getting that stretch to the back side of your leg. Press it forward, reach, hips come forward. Shift your weight back, roll onto that heel, deep stretch through the back of your leg. 2 more. Press it forward, reach, lower down, extend that front leg. Last one, drive it forward, sink those hips back. Coming back into that runner's lunge, we're going to step that foot back, finding that down dog pedal, pressing your chest back and in towards those thighs. Heels alternate as we press and lift. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw both heels down to your mat. Left leg shoots up to the ceiling. We drive it down and through, deep runner's lunge, back knee taps. We lift our chest and shoulders, driving those hips forward. Then we release those hips back, hands come back down to the mat, straighten that front leg. Rock it forward and stretch. Tap your mat, extend. Reach. Press your hips back. 2 more. Lift. Send it back. One last round. Drive those hips up and forward. Knee presses to the front of the room. And send those hips back over your heel. Coming forward, back into that runner's lunge, press into your mat, send those toes back. We're back in that down dog stretch for this last round of pedals. Drawing those heels down, pressing that chest down and in. Neck is heavy and long. Final 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drive both heels down to the mat. This time we're going to ripple forward through our spine down into that high plank. Once you're here, begin to slowly lower your chest down to your mat. Untuck your toes. Press and lift your chest up. Pulling those shoulder blades down and away from your ears. We're going to drop our right shoulder, gaze back towards those ankles. Pulling it back through center, we go other direction. Looking back over that shoulder down towards your ankles. One more each direction, twist. Actively pressing down into your mat. Last one, other side. Come back through center, press into that mat, all the way back into your child's pose. Letting your knees fall open into a little bit of a tripod position, so gluing those big toes together, knees fall open wide, chest falls down in between your thighs, stretch your fingertips out and away, reaching. Pulling those palms up off your mat, just those fingertips are driving down and in. Forehead can come down to your mat. Find 2 deep breaths here. Deep inhale, ribs expand on your thighs. Exhale. Deep inhale. Let it go. Beautiful work. Slowly roll it forward. We're going to swivel around, bringing our toes to the front of the mat, bringing our booties down. We're coming into our bridge position. So if you'd like to grab your dumbbells, if you're using dumbbells, for this series, grab those and make your way all the way down to your mat. From here, we're going to wiggle our heels in nice and close. We should be able to tap our heels with our fingertips. This will keep the work in our glutes and out of our hamstrings. So if at any point during this series you're feeling like more of the work is in your hamstrings than your glutes, just shift your heels in a little bit closer. From here, we're bringing our arms tucked in tight to our side bodies, elbows are tucked in. Palms are facing in towards each other. We're going to lift up into our high bridge as we press those dumbbells up, narrow press. Lower it down together. So we lift and squeeze through those hips, knees shooting up over ankles, driving those dumbbells up as we lift, lowering down, tapping the mat with our elbows as we tap down. Press and lower. Squeeze it up. We're moving with intention, moving nice and slow. Weight is in our heels. We should be able to wiggle our toes down on our mat. We're so heavy in our heels. Lift and lower. Drive those knees up over your ankles. Lower and tap it down. In 4, we're going to hold this lifted. So we'll hold that high bridge. 3, 2, last one, hold and squeeze at the top. From here, you're going to lift your right leg up to tabletop as you open into a chest fly through that left side. So we lift as that left arm opens. We tap down as that arm comes back to center. So lift and tap. Squeezing up to that left glute. We're keeping those hips nice and even. Single leg bridge here. Lift and tap. Last 4, nice and strong. 3. Checking in with those hip bones, making sure we're not dipping over to that right side. Last one, hold that right leg lifted, bring that left arm back to center, so both arms are reaching. We're going to extend our right leg out to the front of the room as we reach those dumbbells overhead. Bring everything back to center, crunch. Reach it long, find length, pull it back in. Holding up in that high bridge through that left side, you have 5, 4. We hold it lifted in 3, don't go anywhere. 2, last reach, extend it out long, come back through center. Those right toes are gonna reach up for the ceiling, so we're straightening that leg, tiny pulses through that left side, lift. Final push on this side, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower that right leg down, lower your hips down, arms can lower. We'll find a quick little windshield wiper stretch, dropping those knees over to the left and right, releasing any tension before we start back from the top, targeting that opposite leg. 1 more each direction. Amazing. Coming back to center, we're setting up exactly how we started before in that strong bridge. Heels are glued down into your mat, elbows are tucked into your side body. We have that narrow press and glute bridge. We lift and lower. So driving those dumbbells directly up over your shoulders. Extend and tap. Option if you're looking for an additional challenge, you can come up onto your tippy toes. So lifting those heels, it's going to deepen the range of motion. So your hips have to move a little bit further to find that top of your bridge. We're going to hold at the top in 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold and squeeze. This time our left leg is on the move, right arm. So we lift that right knee up into that tabletop as we open into that chest fly, tap it down as we come back to center. Lift and tap. For that chest fly, we're leading with our elbow. We're keeping it right in line with our bra strap or center of chest. Open and tap. For 4. Hold it up through that right side. Hold it lifted. You have 2. Last one, arm comes back to center, knee stays lifted. We extend both arms overhead as we reach that left leg long. Pull everything back into center. Reach. Pull it back in. Check in with those hips. Are they staying nice and even as we're balancing on that right side? Last 4. We don't drop. In 3, 2. Last one, bring everything to center. Extend those left toes up to the ceiling. We finish with those pulses. Lift. You're lifting from that top range just up an inch for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that left toe back down. Lower your hips, lower your arms. Find those little windshield wipers, dropping those knees side to side. We are all done with our bridging. Feel free to grab a sip of water and we're going to roll it up. Setting those dumbbells just off to your side for now. We are going to come into our side lying position. So we're going to start down on our right hip, so our left leg is on top. We're coming down on to that right forearm. Elbow directly under shoulder. We're coming into a clam position, so we're in a little bit of a diamond shape. Hips are stacked, knees are stacked, and we're gluing our big toes together. From here, top arm can come to your hip. You can extend it out long, wherever is the most comfortable for you. We're lifting that knee into a clam. So we lift and open, keeping those big toes glued together. Lower it back down. Open and close. So we're driving that knee up towards the ceiling, opening, then bringing it back down to close. Actively pulling up through that bottom oblique, keeping that side body lifted, avoiding shifting down into our shoulder like this. We want to stay pulled up and lifted. We have 6 and we'll add on. 5, 4, 3, 2, finding your full range of motion. Hold it lifted on this next one. We're going to extend that top leg out to the front corner of our room. Bring those toes back down and close. So as we extend, just below your knee is moving. That knee is staying right where it is. We glue those toes back down and close. Open, reach, tap, and close. Beautiful. One last layer here in 6. Find this motion first for 5, 4, 3, extending and squeezing through that quad. Last 2, and close. Last one before we add on extend. Lower down and close. This time, we're going to open into our clam. From here, we're going to roll back onto our hips, extend both legs, side teaser. fold it down so we open back to that clam and lower. So we lift, roll into our side teaser, extend, toes stay glued, we lower down and close. We're not here for long. 6. If this is not for you and your body, you can stay with that leg extension in the previous layer. 5. Open and lower. 4. Separating each part of the movement. Last 3, and we're going to hold our legs lifted. 2. Last one, meet me at the top in your side teaser. Open, reach, we hold here. We're gonna reach and grab that top leg, just that bottom leg's gonna lower down to the mat and lift and squeeze. So we lower and lift, just for 6. Squeeze up to that inner thigh, lifting to match that other leg. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that whole shape down. Beautiful work. Grab a sip of water, towel off if you need to. We are going to come up into our lunging series. So if you have dumbbells that you want to utilize, go ahead and grab them now. We're going to start with our left knee down on our mat, and we're going to step our right foot forward. So we're in a 90-90 lunge here. Starting with our upper body, we're going to take those dumbbells and extend them out in front. Front raise, palms facing in, lower down. We lift and lower, finding this movement first. We'll add on in 4, so we're stopping right at our shoulder height. 3, holding that balance through those legs. We're in that strong 90-90 lunge. Hold it lifted on this next one, so our arms are reaching out from our shoulders. We're going to twist open into our T, so our left hand's going to come down as our right hand reaches up to the ceiling, gaze lifts. We come back to that front raise, lower down. So we lift, twist your chest open, tap that left hand down, open to your T, lift back up and lower. So a lot of balancing going on here as we shift our weight forward into that front leading leg and open into that strong T. Lift, twist, center, and lower. Beautiful. We're here for 6. Center and lower. Micro bend through those elbows. Open. Center and lower. We add on in 4. Following that top dumbbell with your gaze. 3. Lower it back down for 2. Last one. We're going to open to that T, so we lift. Open to your T, come back to center and hold. We're going to tuck those back toes, shooting our weight forward, backward sweep, driving the crown of your head forward. Come back down, we're in that front raise. We open right into our T, so we don't come down. We hold it lifted, shoot that weight forward, sweep. Come back through center, open to your T. I know, we have 5. Shoot that weight forward, center. For 4, you should start to feel that through that front glute, all the way down. You've got this. Final 2, and we're gonna hold in our hinge. Last one, open to that T. Shoot those arms forward. Shoot that weight forward into that hinge. We hold here, finding a tricep bend. So we bend those arms in, squeeze and press it back. Down and reach. We're heavy in that front leg. We have 6. Squeezing those pinkies up to the ceiling for 4. We're going to step that back leg in 3, 2, 1. Step that back leg in. Beautiful work. Go ahead and shake it out. We're holding those dumbbells still, bringing them down to our side body. We're coming back down into that reverse lunge. So we're stepping that left foot back, taking a bicep curl. We drop it down and step it in. So we're barely tapping that left foot in. We're just heavy in that right leg. We curl and extend. Tap that back knee if you can. Find your deepest point of motion. Then rise back tall. In 5, we hold it back in that lunge. 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it back. We hold it low, extend those arms, just that bicep curl in. Hold that knee hovering, just those bicep curls. We come down to the mat after this. Nice and strong for 6. 5, full range, release those dumbbells down. 3, hold on to that strong breath. 2, 1, drop that back knee, dumbbells come down to the mat in front of you. We're gonna sweep that right leg back, extending it long. Straight leg lifts, we lift up to our highest point, tap the mat. Lift. Pointing to that right toe, checking in with that left hip. Can we pull our weight even more to the right? We lift and tap. Nice strong core, pull those ribs in. Gaze is at the top of your mat. We hold it lifted in 4, flowing right along. 3, 2, hold it lifted on this last one. We're gonna find a rainbow tap. So we're gonna tap it around to that left side, lifting into a nice big rainbow all the way out to the opposite direction. So we lift, rainbow over to that left side, tap, lift, extend out to the side, all the way up and over, all the way around, finding that full range of motion, tap, and wrap. So close on this side, we come to our arms in 5, 4, 3, hold on to it, last 2, you can do it, all the way over, tap, outside, last one, wrap it around to the left, tap, come back to center, tuck that knee down and in, take a quick little child's pose, and find your breath. Beautiful job. We are completely done on that right side. We're gonna do a little arm work through center, and then we'll hit that other side on the left. So I'm gonna swivel to face you. You're more than welcome to stay facing the front of your mat. We're gonna come into our high kneeling position. We have a little legs, little arms, good mix. We're gonna bring our dumbbells down, just resting on top of your quads. Toes are untucked behind us. We're gonna take a backwards lean, so a quad stretch. So holding that core nice and tight, ribs are wrapped, we begin to fall back, stretching through those quads. Find your lowest point where you can keep your core tight, then lift and pull back up. So we fall back. Strong breath and lift. Fall back. Pull up through those quads, nice strong core for 4, 3, hold on to it, 2, last one, then we add on, fall back, come back up tall. This time, as we fall back, we're gonna extend our arms out in front of us for a front raise, lift, lower back down, tap those quads as you pull back up, lift, and lower, lift, and lower. Not here long. It's really intense on those quads, I know. For 4, we just have to hold it back in 3. Hold on to your breath. I'm telling myself 2. 2. Last one, hold it back. Flip those palms in towards each other, chest fly. And in just for 8, 7. Hold that hinge if you can. 6. Option to come back up to that standing position. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those arms extended long. Come back up out of that quad stretch. So those arms are reaching directly out from your shoulders. We take a high curl and extend. High curl and reach. Those palms are facing in towards your body and reach. We add on here. We curl those arms in. We open into our shoulder press and lift. So cactus arms, draw it in, reach, curl, open, press. Finding that strong cactus, drawing those elbows in and reach, curl, open, and press. Beautiful. Reach, curl, open, and extend. Last 4. Reach, curl, open, and lift. You have 3. And press it all the way up. Core is still on, core is still tight for 2, Last one. Curl it in, open, press. Drop those elbows, come back to those elbows lifted right above your face. From here, we're gonna hinge at our hips, shooting our arms back, finding a tricep extension, squeeze, bend it into that 90, lift and press, stopping at the top of your head. Bend it down, hinge and press, lift. Beautiful. We have 6, and we're gonna hold in that tricep extension to finish our little arm series. 5, all the way up. 4, 3, moving with control, no need to rush. 2, last one, we hold it down. Tiny pulses to those arms up. Pinkies are lifted, chest is hinging forward, gaze is down towards the top of your mat. We're just pulsing those pinkies up to the ceiling, keeping those dumbbells above our hips. We're here for 8. Hold it lifted, nice and strong. Strong core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring those dumbbells back down to your mat. Amazing job. Great time to towel off, grab a sip of water, and we are going to just start right back on that other side. So this time we are coming down onto our right hip, or our left hip, sorry. Left hip this time. Coming down onto that left forearm, elbow is right under shoulder, nice strong position. Just as the other side, we're stacking our knees, stacking our hips. We're in that diamond position, toes are glued together. From here, we open into that clam to start. So just as we did on that other side, there are layers and there are options. So if something doesn't feel right for you in your body, or you're just not there yet, or you'd like to progress further, there is always an option. So lifting that knee to your highest point, open. And tap it down knee to knee. Lift. Trying to focus on keeping those hip bones stacked right on top of each other, even as we're opening into that clam. Lift. And tap. In 3, we add on that leg extension. 2, 1, bring it down knee to knee. As we lift, we open and hold. Extend that top leg long. Toes come back together, then we close. Lift, extend, tap, and lower. Yes. So trying to minimize any movement, any rock as we take that extension. Just that bottom half of your leg is lifting. Quad is squeezing as we lift and extend. Point through those toes, tap it back down, and close. We're here for 5 more, and then we take that final layer. If that's not for you, you stay here. 3, 2, last one, we open, reach, toes glued together, knees tap. This time, we open, we rock back onto that hip, side teaser, reach and extend, open back to our clam, and close. So we open, both legs reach and extend, side teaser, clam, and close. Just for 6. Reach, lower, and tap. You can do this for 5. Separating each piece of the movement. 4. Option to extend that top hand, reaching for those toes in that side teaser if you'd like to add on. 3. Lower down. Last 2. Open, extend, drop, and close. We hold at the top of this last one. Lift and hold. Reach and grab that top leg. Bottom leg lowers. Squeeze up to that inner thigh and tap. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Lift. Both legs lower down. Amazing job. Okay, we are coming right up into that kneeling portion of our series. So this time we are going to have our left leg forward. We're going to grab our dumbbells and come into that kneeling position. So our right knee is down on our mat. Our left leg is forward. We have a 90-degree angle on that front and that back leg. We're starting with that front raise. So we lift up to that shoulder height and lower. Lift and lower. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. If your balance is being challenged, keep them untucked for now until we lift up into that hinge. It'll help you balance a little bit. We add on our T in 3, 2, hold it lifted on this last one. We open to that T. This time, we open into that front left leg. Bring it back to center, lower down. Open. Right hand comes down towards your mat, left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Rotate back to center and lower. Beautiful. Lift. Twist. Center and lower. Micro bend in both of those arms, but we are reaching. So those arms aren't necessarily bent. We're in that wide T. Reaching those arms out and away. Lift. And lower. Trying to tap the mat with that bottom hand. Reaching up nice and tall with that top arm. In 4, we add on. So if you have that back toe untucked, be prepared to tuck. In 3. Lower. 2. Last time lowering down, we lift. Open to our T. Come back to center, arms extend. We shoot our weight forward into that left leg, arms go back. Sweeping back by your hips. Come back to that shoulder height, open to your T. Beautiful. Extend. Shoot that weight forward, right leg straightens. Come back down, tap your mat, and open. Extend. Drive the crown of your head forward. Drop that back knee, twist. We can do this for 4. Nice and strong. Then we hold in that hinge. Lift. And extend. 3. Tap. And open. 2. One last full round. We open. We're going to hold in our hinge. Lift. Center. Drive that weight forward. We hold in our hinge. Bend at the elbows, tricep press. Extend. And bend. We're heavy in that front left foot. Extend. And bend. We step that back foot in 4, 3, 2, 1. Step that back foot in, rise tall. Beautiful work. Coming into that reverse lunge and curl, we're light on that, we're heavy in that left leg. We step that right foot back, curl. And lift. Curl. And lift. Chest is nice and proud, so we're not hinging our chest forward. We're dropping down like we're sliding against a plane of glass. We're staying nice and tall. Chest and heart space are open. We're curling those dumbbells in towards our shoulders, tapping that back knee. Right foot is light as we tap it in. We stay heavy in that left heel. We're so close. We come down to the mat right after this to finish this series. In 5, we hold it back in that lunge. 4, 3, 2. Hold it down on this last one. Extend those arms long, just that curl. So we're hovering that right knee, heavy in that left leg. Just those curls in and release. Keeping that chest nice and tall. I know my back leg is starting to shake. We got it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, drop your back knee. Dumbbells come down to the mat. Swivel that left foot around, extend it long. We lift right through center, so we lift and tap. Leg is reaching out and away. I don't care how high your leg goes. I want you reaching to find length. So extending out long, chest is down towards your mat. We're pulling that weight over to the left, staying out of that right hip. We find that rainbow tap to finish in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it lifted. We're going to rainbow it over to the right, keeping that leg nice and straight. Extend all the way up to that left side, far as you can reach. Tap, up, and over. So find height through center, reaching and tapping over to the opposite direction. Lift and tap, open and tap. Maybe your gaze is following your toes, so you're looking out to the left as you tap, over that opposite shoulder as you tap over to the right. Almost there. We've got 6, 5. Check in with that breath. I have to remind myself all the time. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth, let it go. 3. And tap. 2. Reach. Last one, tap it over. Come back to center, tuck that knee down and in. Send those hips back, child's pose. Beautiful job. We have one last little bit of core work and then we are done. So when you're ready, swivel around, bringing those legs to the front of your mats. We're coming down to our backs to finish. Super short core series, but spicy. We're gonna roll all the way down. We have those dumbbells in hand. We're gonna extend them out from our shoulders. Tucking your pelvis up and under, float both legs up to tabletop. From here, we're pointing our toes, knees are floating right over hips. We're gonna lift chest and shoulders using our dumbbells to help us lift. Sweeping down by your thighs, crunch ribs to hips, lift. And lower. Chin is up off your chest, you're pulling through that core. Squeezing ribs to meet your hips. Closing off that square, lift. And lower. Not here long, we have 2 layers to add, and we'll finish this series. In 3, 2, hold your chest and shoulders lifted on this last one. Hold and squeeze. We extend right leg to the front of our mat. Pull it in, left. Pull it in and lower. So time under tension for that core. We take that crunch, extend right, pull it in, extend left, pull it in and lower. We're here for 4 more. Lift, reach, pull, extend, and bend, lower. For 3. All the way in, pull that core in nice and tight. 2. Last one, lift, reach, reach. Come back to center, lower down. Extend both toes up to the ceiling. We're gonna take an opposite ankle to opposite wrist reach. So we reach right arm, left ankle, lower down. Opposite, reach, lower down. Extend, and lower. Use those obliques, find that twist, reach for those ankles. Option to ditch your dumbbells and just work with your body weight, but we're almost finished. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Legs stay reaching, arms can come down. Option to set your dumbbells down and place your palms behind your booty for a little more support, or you can keep those arms extended, holding those dumbbells. I'm gonna place my hands down on my mat for support. We're gonna lower our legs down, reaching for the front of the room, lift, lower. Pull that core down and in, no coning through that belly. Go to your lowest point, then reverse it back up. Option to take a single leg lower, so alternating side to side, or also option to be here in tabletop, taking an alternating toe tap, or dual leg toe tap. Wherever you're at, we have 6 to finish. And then we cool down. 5. All the way up. Maybe adding that ankle articulation, flexing as you lower, pointing as you lift. For 3. Final 2. Be strong. You got it. Last one. All the way down, lower. Find that top point. Reach. Bend both knees into your chest. Give them a nice little hug. Maybe lift chest and shoulders to meet those knees. Then extend out, stretch. Arms go long overhead, toes reach to the top of your mat. Find length, grow an inch. Beautiful work in class today. That was strong. Super quick cool down here. Find that full reach. When you're ready, tuck your chin to your chest, roll all the way up, finding your waterfall stretch. Reach for those toes. Hang heavy through that upper body. 2 deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Deepening your stretch with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly walking your hands up your legs. I'm going to swivel around to face you guys. Coming into our wide straddle position, we're going to reach both arms long overhead, interlock your fingers, twist your chest, fall over that right leg, reaching for that right foot. Neck is heavy, twist your chest down towards that right leg. Slowly releasing that right foot, come all the way back up, keeping those fingers interlaced. We swivel over to that other side. Actively trying to twist your chest down towards those thighs. Lifting up, finding center, unlock those fingers. We forward fold, hands come down to the mat. Beautiful. Slowly walk it back through center, rising up nice and tall. You can bring your legs in. Amazing job in class today. That was so fun. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Make sure you hydrate, get lots of rest, eat good, and I will catch you next time.